Welcome to the Lakers News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
The Lakers are making smart moves as training camp approaches, adding depth to the roster with a few signings that could surprise the fans. Among the new additions is point guard Jordan Goodwin, who arrives on an Exhibit 10 contract. Goodwin, known for his stints with teams like the Washington Wizards, Phoenix Suns, and Memphis Grizzlies, brings solid experience to compete for a spot in the team's rotation. Additionally, the Lakers have signed Alex Fudge, a young player with defensive potential. Although he spent most of last season in the G League, Fudge has already had a preview of action with the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks and will now have another opportunity to establish himself in the league. Another name to watch is Vincent Valerio Bowden, a forward who stood out in the G League with the South Bay Lakers and showcased defensive versatility. Although his numbers in the Summer League weren't eye-catching, Valerio Bowden has an interesting profile with his agility and ability to guard multiple positions. At 2.06 m, he could be a valuable asset for adjusting defense at different points in the game. These moves may seem minor at first glance, but they show that the Lakers are keeping an eye on players who can bring energy and versatility to the roster. With training camp approaching, it's the perfect time for these talents to prove their worth and earn a spot on the team. As a fan, it's worth keeping an eye on these signings, as they could be key to increasing the team's competitiveness throughout the season. In addition to adding these players to the roster, the Lakers demonstrate a clear strategy to strengthen the team's depth, which is essential in a long and exhausting season like the NBA's. With names like Jordan Goodwin, Alex Fudge, and Vincent Valerio Bowden, the team is investing in young talents with growth potential, both to contribute immediately and to develop throughout the season. Valerio Bowden's case is particularly interesting because, despite his modest stats, he possesses a defensive skill set that could contribute significantly in critical moments of games. The fact that he's already familiar with the South Bay Lakers system is also an advantage, as it facilitates his adaptation to the pace and demands of the main team. His defensive versatility, combined with his size and agility, is something Coach Darvin Ham could explore in matchups against more physical opponents. Another point to highlight is the opportunity that these Exhibit 10 contracts offer the players. These agreements allow athletes to showcase their value during training camp and potentially earn a spot on the final roster, or at least a chance to continue developing their skills in the G League. For players like Fudge, who have already had some chances in the NBA, this is a crucial window of opportunity to prove they can be useful in a rotation for a contending team like the Lakers. With these moves, the Lakers maintain flexibility in their roster, ensuring the team has various options for different game situations. The upcoming season promises many challenges, and having versatile players ready to respond to the coach's tactical demands will be key to keeping the team competitive in an increasingly tough Western Conference. Now, as a fan, the expectation is to see how these players will perform in training camp and the preseason. Will any of them manage to surprise and secure a spot on the team? The answer will come in the coming weeks, and undoubtedly, these are names to watch closely. Decisions made now could be crucial for the team's depth and competitiveness throughout the season. So, what do you think of these signings? Who could be the surprise that the Lakers need? Let's keep a close eye and discuss the impact of these moves. Stay tuned for updates. With training camp just around the corner, the excitement is building, and Lakers fans can't wait to see these new faces in action. For Jordan Goodwin, Alex Fudge, and Vincent Valerio Bowden, this is the crucial moment to prove they can contribute effectively and stand out on a team chasing the title. We know the main roster is already well established, but the great thing about these signings is finding pieces that can be used in specific situations, offering fresh energy and versatility when the key players need rest or in games that require tactical adjustments. Valerio Bowden, in particular, piques interest due to his experience in Hungary's First Division and his defensive history. We know how much defense has been a constant concern for the Lakers, and having a player capable of guarding multiple positions could be a valuable asset. Even with modest offensive numbers, he has the mentality to sacrifice for the team, which is always appreciated in a rotation that may face injuries or physically exhausting games. It wouldn't be surprising to see him getting more minutes if he can establish himself as a solid defensive option. Alex Fudge, with his athleticism, brings an element of explosiveness that could be useful both defensively and in transition. The fact that he has had experiences with teams like the Lakers and Mavericks, even if limited, suggests he has the potential to learn quickly and adapt to different roles. If he manages to impress in practices and preseason games, he could become one of those energetic players who impact the game off the bench, especially in transition situations. As for Jordan Goodwin, his history with various NBA franchises shows that he's already accustomed to the league's level of competitiveness. As a point guard, he could be an interesting option in the guard rotation, bringing not only experience but also a mentality of a player who can add consistency, even in limited minutes. With the recent departure of some key names, the Lakers need depth at the position, and Goodwin will have the chance to fight for a spot on the roster. Training camp is going to be a real battle for space on the team, and that can only be positive. Each player knows they are under the watchful eyes of the coaching staff and fans, and that pressure tends to bring out the best in everyone. For Lakers fans, this means the promise of seeing new talents emerge, players fighting for a place in the spotlight, which only adds to the excitement for the upcoming season. Therefore, stay tuned, because this phase could set the tone for the start of the season. Who will stand out? Could one of these unexpected names become a key piece in the roster throughout the year? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The Lakers are making smart moves to ensure the team is ready for any challenge that comes their way. As a Lakers fan, I have to admit that these moves, while they may seem small, get me excited about the potential they bring. It's always interesting to see the team betting on lesser-known players who might end up being valuable pieces in crucial moments of the season. In Jordan Goodwin's case, I think he could be a positive surprise. The Lakers need more playmaker options, especially someone who can control the pace of the game while also contributing defensively. Goodwin already has experience with several teams, and I think he could stand out as a reliable player in the second unit. As for Alex Fudge, I see a lot of potential in his athleticism. In recent years, the Lakers have been known for having a solid defense, and Fudge has everything it takes to fit into that mindset. If he can show the same level of intensity and energy that he displayed in the G League, he could become that type of player who brings a change of pace off the bench, particularly in games where we need a burst of defensive energy. Now, about Valerio Bowden, I truly believe he is one of the most intriguing. He's not the most well-known name, and his offensive numbers are modest, but his defensive versatility and the fact that he's a tall and agile player could make all the difference in a team like the Lakers. Having a player who can guard multiple positions is an advantage any coach would love to have. If he manages to impress in training camp, I think he could be a great find. Overall, I like seeing the Lakers making moves to fill the roster with players who can bring something different to the team. Of course, we're not talking about big stars here, but it's often these less heralded players who end up making a difference when injuries arise or when we need a spark off the bench. The season is just around the corner, and I believe any of these bets could turn into a positive surprise. What excites me the most is that the Lakers are preparing well, not only with big names, but also with players willing to fight for their spot and contribute in less obvious ways. This could be the key to long-term success. I'm excited to see who will stand out and, as always, rooting for the team to put all the pieces together and start the season strong. Let's go Lakers!